What is going on, guys? It is your boy Tori Crunch, and today we've got a video on manga characters. As you all know, a couple of weeks ago we got manga part 4, which was the conclusion of the manga characters in Bleach Brave Souls. And you know, over the last year we got many cool characters. We got 14 in total, and I'll go ahead and just list them quickly. First banner was Sajin, Toshiro, and Shunsui, and Byakuya, so 4 characters. Second banner came out with Yachiru Nahana, pink-haired Yachiru, and Bankai Kenpachi. Manga part 3 included Ichigo, Renji, and Rukia. And then, of course, just a couple of weeks ago, we got the final conclusion of Yhwach, Bankai Ichigo, Bankai Kisuke, and Cat Form Yoruichi. And, you know, I feel like overall, they did an awesome job. Like, they brought out really awesome characters. There are a few that I was a little disappointed with, but not to the point where I thought, like, they should have changed it up. I feel like, you know, the characters were they did something to the game. You know, they were able to come into the game, and you know, it was cool to see them. Right, for one, I was thankful to see them in a game, you know, at the very least, right, because we've never seen a lot of these characters in a game before. And I don't know, again, I was pretty happy with that. There was a few characters that I did want to see, so basically what we're going to be doing today is giving you my top 5 characters that I'd like to see that in the game of Bleach Brave Souls that we weren't able to see in the last 14 characters. This is not going to happen. I'm not saying anything is confirmed because we haven't been told anything, right? Manga characters basically at this point are done. We're done with manga characters, but you know, there is that slight chance that we will continue, or we will get the continuation of manga characters. And you know, I'm just crossing my fingers for that to happen. But yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and get into the list. In at number 5, we've got a character that I think was a very big badass, right? Like an awesome character. And he was introduced with a set of characters that we had never seen in Bleach before. And that was the Zero Squad. And that character is Ichibei Hyosue. This character, at first when I saw him, I thought he was, I didn't expect him to be as powerful as he was. Funny enough, he was the most powerful out of the Zero Squad, right? And he had an insane fight against Yhwach. And I think that fight specifically was the reason I enjoyed him the most. So he's just had a badass fight. He has cool abilities. I feel like if they were to translate his abilities into the game, I think it could translate pretty nice, right? I don't know if you guys remember with Ichigo, or I mean with Kisuke, you know, his third strong attack in the game has this, like, it's called, I call it the clapper, right? 2 massive hands come out and pop, right? And it does multiple hits and whatnot. I think they could do something similar with Ichibei. I think they could really do a lot with this character. And I think the only thing holding the back is basically that he's a character that doesn't have a voice actor for. So yeah, you know, I don't think K-Lab will have the rights to having or creating characters in the game that don't have voice actors already. But yeah, that's a character I really enjoyed. Again, like I said, great abilities, had a lot of things going for him. I think the fight against Yhwach was insane. It was so badass. He almost got Yhwach, but then he got his head taken off. But you know, he didn't die. And I think, you know, the thing about him was he's just so badass. I think he was a really cool character that I enjoyed a lot, and I would really like to see in the game. At number 4, we've got a character that I actually did not expect. We have seen this character throughout all of Bleach, and that is Yuri. This character I did not actually like at first when with the anime and whatnot. I just didn't really see much in him that I would really enjoy. But when we got to the manga, I was surprised, and I was actually kind of happy to see what this character was capable of. He went in and just had an amazing showing, right? He had a really cool fight against Pernita. I think that's how you say. Pernita being, of course, the Soul King's hand. I thought it was such a cool fight, and you know, we saw a lot of Yuri that we hadn't seen in the past. I think it was just an enjoyable showing from him, and I think they could do a lot with him, right? In the game, we've had multiple versions of him. Yes, he hasn't been the strongest, right? In many areas, you know, but he does have a newer power version, which is pretty strong as it is. But I don't know. I think it would be really cool to see this version, especially considering that we saw so much of him. We literally saw more from Yuri than a lot of the characters we did get in the manga, out of the 14 manga characters. So yeah, I think Yuri would be cool. I don't know if they would ever bring him out, but I think if anything, this would be one that we would get because they already have a voice actor for him. So anyways, yeah, number 4 would be Yuri. At number 3, we've got our first Quincy. This is a character I just absolutely enjoyed, and that is Jugram Hashwaltz. And yeah, this is a character that I just really enjoyed. Reminds me of a lot of other characters that we've seen in the anime and whatnot, and I like reminded me. I think he reminded me kind of a Byakuya, someone that's like confident, collected, but very, very powerful. And as you all know, he is like the lieutenant or the second, the guy right under Yuha Baha. And so you know, he's very strong. It's said that he is the second strongest Quincy, and he was just so elegant when fighting. He had a really cool fighting scene, or you know, a fight against Uryu, and I think he was I'm sorry to say, he was kicking Uryu's ass. So I don't know, I feel like it would be really cool to see a character like this. He doesn't have a voice actor, but if they were to bring him out, I think, you know, maybe the anime would have to come out in order for us to get this character. I just feel like he had a really cool showing in the anime or in the manga. He also had a really cool like storyline. They went into detail with his story as well, and you know, same with you know, a character I'll be talking about in just a second. But anyways, yeah, Jugram Hashwaltz in at number 3. This is a character that I was kind of tossed up with either putting in at number 1 or at number 2, and that is Baz Be. This character is our second Quincy, and a character that I really, really enjoyed. I really connected with this one more than most characters because of the story they showed. Right, they showed the story between him and Hashwaltz when they were from the moment they were kids to growing up, and you know, I connected with him the most. You know, I felt for him. I felt like he wasn't a villain. Like, he wasn't necessarily evil. Right, we saw more emotions from him, and we found out that, you know, he's really not as evil, right? He just was following orders at the end, and you know, his abilities were so badass, right? He had levels to his powers, right? And it all came from his hand, dude. He had burning finger 1, burner finger 2, burner finger 3, burning finger 4, whatever. Burner finger, I think is what it was called. But all in all, like, it was just in the palm of his hand, man, and it was all here. And the animations, it's like I was watching the anime, the way how beautiful, like, Tite Kubo illustrated it on paper, right? It was just so clean, and I just felt like, I don't know, the combination of how cool his abilities were and how cool he was of a character. First off, his character model was really cool. He had a really cool set of hair. He had a mohawk that was badass. Not only that, but like his storyline, I connected with him the most, and that's why I think I would really enjoy him being in the game. And you know, it was really close. I was really close to putting him in at number 1, but I had to slide him in at number 2 because of the final character, and that final character is Sosuke Aizen. Sosuke Aizen was a character that I just was literally amazed with in the manga. I wasn't expecting to see what I saw, right? And you know, for the people that I should have said this at the start, right? There was going to be spoilers, but at this, oh, we got a puppers. What are you doing? Sosuke Aizen was such a freaking awesome character in the manga. This character, I personally didn't expect to see what we saw, right? And by the way, I should have said this at the beginning of the video. Spoiler warning for the people that didn't watch or read the manga. I meant not watch, because it's not animated yet, but read the manga. You know, I did not expect to see what I saw, right? The fact that he basically helped and kind of like put Ichigo in a position to kind of like take out Yuha Baha. I just didn't expect that. And you know, when he used Hado 99 in the manga, it was just a whole nother level of badass, right? I could not. It's like when you thought Aizen was a badass in the Aizen arc, you know, you did not expect him to go that extra level. And I mean, I feel like with this manga, they just really did. And I think that part when he went ahead and fought against Yuha Baha with Ichigo, it was just one of the most badass moments ever. And I personally I think I went from kind of hating him to absolutely loving him from this manga alone. But anyways, that's basically all, man. If we were to ever get characters or more manga characters in the game, you know, realistically, the more realistic ones would be like Aizen, and what's his name, my Yuri, because you know, they already have voice actors, and basically they could have. They just do what they did with the 14 characters that we already got. I was actually kind of surprised we didn't get both of them. I feel like those two characters showed a lot more in the manga than some of the other characters we already got. And I feel like, for example, Aizen was such a big selling point for Bleach. So I feel like K-Lab could have really made a lot of money through that banner, right, if they were to have introduced Aizen. But it was something in my mind gives me hope that we might continue on with manga characters for that reason alone, that we didn't get Aizen. Aizen would have been one of the more hyped characters. So yeah, I don't know. Anyways, there's a lot of other characters in the manga that I thought would have been great characters. A few would have been like Grimmjow. It would have been cool to get like a remake of Grimmjow. Someone like actually Nemu and Nanao. Those aren't guys but girls, right? Especially Nanao. I felt like Nanao had a pretty badass moment as well. You know, a bunch of other characters that I can't think of at the top of my head. There was potential. There's potential for more characters, and I think you know, depending on how we did with the first 14 characters, we might have a chance at someday getting more characters from the manga. But anyways, that's all I've got for today, man. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know down below what 5 characters you like to see from the manga that we didn't get already. Who would you like to see in the game of Bleach Brave Souls? And maybe one day we'll get them, right? One day. That's all we can hope for. Anyways, thank you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.